If I believe. Okay, let me adjust before we start. Checking that I have sound and stuff. And as you can see on the desk, I have my storm fans, and there is a lot more green now. And so I had a very good session this morning, so that was great. And now, let me check like this. Here, if I'm in the frame, that's perfect. Something like this. Yeah, starting to look cool. Let me adjust slightly, just so slightly. Okay, good. And how about now? Oh yeah, I think that's perfect now. Okay. Okay. So this morning, so the first day, if you have followed this is the third live on the glowing crystals. The first day I did this one first, did this one off camera. The second day I started to work on this guy, and as you can see, this crystal is mostly done. The back almost as well. I'll just have to get back to the lightest highlight. And what I've done this morning is I've done these small crystals here, there, and the 4 there. This I will keep for the end, these few dots here. And also I've done this guy here. So in fact, these crystals, the biggest ones, they are more impressive, but they are a lot easier because they're just so big. And so let me check, let me compare. It's pretty similar with the differences that are welcome. But I like a bit of variety so that it feels very organic. So that's cool. Still need to refine, and so today on the live we'll be just refining. So just a moment ago I made this fall, so that's a shame I had to reglue these, but minus that small incident, I think I will now take so I have, yes, I need my 2 brushes. Yep, okay. So rosemary, this is a bit more precise, and that's I've done the work well first with a sponge. As you maybe you have seen the short I have just posted. I've used a sponge like this one to do the first, especially on the bigger crystals. It works very well. And then after that I've refined slightly with this brush. So the smaller crystals have been done only with this brush, so it's pretty big, but it's working fine because I don't need to be super precise. Well, up to now. And now I think, oh yeah, I will go straight to my thinner brush. And you see, it's not far from being complete. It just needs to get back to the highest lights. And maybe a bit of cleanup, redoing some transitions and stuff. But really, this morning was very, very nice. It went very smooth and lovely. Okay, so now that I am on camera, I can see if I have any flaws, but okay. So today will be just some refining, and I think I can finish the 4 definitely. Also with their small, not the 2 at the back there, I think that's too much. I hope you guys are doing great, ready to enjoy a good, blissful painting session. Okay. I will start with what? Reloading my paints, yes. So that's what I have on my palette now. That's the fluorescent yellow, kind of apple green, medium green, contrast green, and that's my darkest. Need a bit of mixing, by the way. Here, paint tends to split easily for my deepest shadows. Okay. Yeah, let me also mix the medium green. Then I will just reload. You see here now. So I've started. If you haven't seen my previous videos, lives and one short, I start with the greenish white, and then I get darker and darker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now that I'm here, I'm going lighter and lighter, but I can go straight to this fluorescent yellow to reassert the light and work around these, especially these ones, to kind of do smoother transitions. And after that, I will reassert the highest of the highest lights with this greenish white. Yep. That is my yellow, fluorescent yellow, ready to go. And let me see if I have any areas that need more refinement. And I take the small brush because I will load it well. It's not precision work, but especially I have some of the edge, how you call that? Yes, the edges, darker edges, and that's really helpful to bring the effect we want. And so here I'm just kind of putting in a good amount of paint and letting the paint just work together to create a nice effect. And just by layering like this, I can end up with natural gradient. Okay. So I see just one dot here and there. I could go over some of these edges that are a bit dark. But this is already pretty cool. Like I said, had a blissful session this morning. And so grateful for that, and hopefully can continue just going the right direction. I think trying to make it perfect with every perfect brush stroke is what kills the process. If you want to go for something that is smooth, and so yesterday I know I lost a lot of time trying to have the perfect brush stroke, and in fact I didn't like the end results. And so that's the lesson I learned, and today I'm starting over, continuing the work. In fact, something like this. Okay, maybe down there slightly. Yeah, okay, very nice. I think it's really fine enough. Let me check if I need anything here and there. Now it's refining. So I've done the biggest already, which is you need some paint. In fact, you just need some paint under the thing, and that will show you some things that work well and some that don't, and then you work up on the things that work. That's just that. So there is an element of randomness. Yes, that is makes feel the painting very enjoyable, to be honest. Not too much pressure on having the perfect brush stroke and stuff. It's really helping. So here it's fine. This too, yeah, I think this is pretty much it. Now wait for the last highlight. So here you see it's a bit dark. So again, come with the fluorescent yellow directly on the top of this, and it's working just perfect. So no need to overthink it. Something like this, and I can go over the, here you see the raised area is pretty sharp, but it's a bit too dark, and so I can come on top of it with the fluorescent paint. We'll create a smooth gradient. Yeah, look at that. At the back, I need a lot more vibrancy and light. And so in fact, I'm just going over the whole area and let the paint kind of do its thing. Yeah, something like so. Not perfect, but not perfect is what we aim for. So because the energy of the crystal is vibrating, going all around in all directions, it's pulsating in a way that is untamed. And so that's exactly what we want. And this last one. So here I have to pay attention to one thing, is to put the lightest. The lightest has to be framed by dark. And so I just pay attention that the light, in fact, is in the center. That's all I have to pay attention to. This is lovely. Up, here we go. Like this. Randomness, imperfection makes it really, gives it a lot of flavor. So here, that's my main angle for this miniature. So I have to put my light, so for instance, here and there. Let me reload. Yep. And so the how to say, the traditional conception is that fluorescent paint work the best on light, and that is absolutely true. But here I'm using the properties of the paint to smooth and kind of create gradients by also going over the dark areas. It does have an effect. In fact, it has two effects. So the first one is to work on the transition and the gradient. I think it looks pretty nice. And the second is that your outside layer of paint is the fluorescent paint. And so that has a huge effect on how it is perceived, especially under the light. And I think these have a lot of character, but it was very quick. And so, wow, I'm just really happy with that. Well, tell me what you think, guys. Is it? Should I be happy about it? No. Well, let me know. Yep. Also going over the edges. I'm loving just the transition and stuff. And so the technique, I've refined the specific technique for this specific effect over the few crystals I've done on these miniatures. Because of course, if you see a crystal that is small like this, sponge is not gonna cut it. It's not gonna do the work. It's just too big and need more precision here. Like this. Although when I say more precision, you see I'm not being precise here. I want to, in fact, cover kind of everything with the fluorescent paint, but just let it pool in the center. And here, because you want, for this glowing effect, you want the recesses to be lighter. because they are closer to the core of the stone. And so, oh yeah, again, second pass here, I think it's working just as intended. Oops, so it's a bit dirty, but then it will be accompanied by the OSL. And that's why you see this dark green almost looks black or desaturated. Here I'm noticing something. Spotting some... so I have my darkest green here. This is very dark, so I need to dilute it way more. And just to reframe this. Oh, here we go. Glazing on top of it. And kind of darkening the edges. And this will all be darker, like this kind of what is now lighter, the 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I will do it later. But yeah, in fact, it's about embracing the kind of the free flow, trying not to over control. I think that's my mistake, especially when I do the live, because there is a bit of pressure to perform lives. Like, why should you watch? Because there is something to see, right? But I think with more practice, I think I may be able to get rid of this pressure and yeah, this technique of just glazing and letting the fluorescent paint flow into the recesses is just doing the whole work for me here. So it makes this glowing effect very easy and satisfying. I think that's something that is very important in the painting process. Yep, something like this. And the randomness and everything really will just bring a lot more interest. Imperfection and stuff. If it looks a bit grainy and everything, perfect. This is warpstone. So these are Skaven Stumpfens. If you don't know, they are miniatures for the game Age of Sigmar, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, made by Games Workshop, which is fantasy. So maybe you know 40,000, Warhammer 40,000 is a sci-fi universe in the future. So this is a setting, medieval fantasy setting. That's why you have these big rat monsters. Looks fine. It looks fine. Let me go over again and again and again, and that's the key. A slow build up, so that will be smooth and interesting. Okay. Let me check here. So here I just check, based on my main viewing angle, which areas need some light and where. But it's not exact science. It's just going on the go. But it works. I think it works, so that's fine. Whoops, too much. Okay, perfect. Oop, here you see there is a straight line here. Trying to break that now. Well, okay. Okay. like this. Yes, okay. I think that's it. I'm just seeing something here I want to correct, and it is some shadows. I will let it dry. So this has been done. Okay. Yep, that's pretty nice. In fact, let me just check this. What is this? Oh, yeah, you cannot see much of it on the camera, but I can. Yeah, something I did not quite enjoy here. First covering with this kind of apple green, then I will come back over it with the fluorescent paint, so everything has the same. Okay, like this. All right, and before I finish with, of course, the last dots of white. And this, what about this? Okay, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay. Let me check. I have some white now, just because trying to correct this, I feel I really need to go and get a good coat of this opaque white. Okay, on top here. Okay, just like that. I will let it dry and go over with some of the yellow. And now I said I would reinforce some of these shadows. And so I'm taking my dark green, the darkest green here from AK, feels well, beautiful. I will dilute it way down, more. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, okay. And then I will do the edges like this. So that they look almost black, and that's fine. I'll do a few passes. I want the transition to be smooth enough. But this is pretty smooth already, to be honest. I think I don't need to go to perfection. And because this is diluted, you see my brush strokes is not like one dot, it's more a general effect. And that's what we are going for. Something that gives a good vibe, and it's not like the precision of competition. Good advice. Thank you very much. Okay, so maybe something like this. So you see here my transition is not the greatest. I will try to work that slightly. Yeah. Okay, and then on this up there, just the edges. Oh, sorry, here in the middle. How many hours do you think a model like this takes you, start to finish? It's really hard to say because I've painted them in batch. Let me think. I think definitely a good 20 hours, if not more. At least 20 hours. Although here I did not push everything up to perfection, just like the armor you see have kind of NMM, could be more worked and stuff, but yeah, let me see, the priming, the airbrush step, and then the armor, maybe 5.5. Yeah, I must be around 20 now, I think, per model. And it's not quite finished, although almost finished. Well, thank you very much. So here I'm just trying to go very, very dark on the edges. And so, in fact, what I want to do is to modulate the glow of the stones. And so not have every stone glow the same. So I can pick the few that I want to, how to say, I want to draw the attention on, exactly, that's that. And so that will be 1, 2, and 3, these 3 here, like a triangle around the face. So these, they will stay like this, the 2 at the back. Maybe these ones too, like on the edges. These will be highlighted more, and this will be a lot darker. Now this will be the darkest. I haven't worked on them yet, that's why they are the lightest now. Okay. So this guy is really, 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 really the biggest piece of work. Although it soon looks like this is more challenging, but because the crystals are so much bigger, it's so much easier. But this is so small, and there are so many, in fact. And so it's kind of the same process. Whether the crystal is big or small, it's the same process. And so that's a bit of work. But I think it's an interesting challenge to try to have that many crystals and not have him look like a Christmas tree, a living Christmas tree. And so that's why I also did this 4 here. First, I was thinking to not have them glow. But then I thought, interesting challenge. And so I did it. Okay, I think I'm dark enough here. And I will... okay. I will reset some lights here and there. Here we go. Yeah. And by having a dark frame around the edge, it enables the glow to look stronger without having to push the brightness so high that there is no white in there. So here, so I can choose like this has some white, but these, they just won't. Yeah. Something like this. So I put my hand like this, and what you can see on the screen is a bit different because my hand put some of the light back into the camera, and so the luminosity will drop slightly. If I do this, you don't really see the darkest colors. But I do. This is exactly what I can see. So there is a slight difference here between what you can see and what I can see. But I can see both on camera, so that's cool. I have my monitor just here. So to make sure also it looks good on camera, because, well, these are, this is a commission painting, in fact. Painting for somebody that will play with it. But if I paint for myself, it's just for competition or to share online. And so the picture version of it is very important. But to be honest, if it looks good on a picture, it should look good in real. Because the picture, with the picture, you can see so much more details than what the brain can see. And so here I'm passing again on this very dark green with the fluorescent yellow. Yes, just to have a good transition. I think that will be it. Yeah, something like this. Okay. Yeah, fine. This is all right. This, I believe, yes, is good too. Reinforcing here some of the highlights with a big blob. You see, kind of, I let it pool. It's fine. It's exactly what I want, in fact. And here, oh yeah, I said I would come back here with the fluorescent yellow to correct this. Here, once is fine. Like this. Reinforcing here some of the, and you see just one dot. And that's enough to really pull out this kind of glowing in the core of the crystal. Yeah, I think with that, I'm really excited because this has been going very smoothly, and it's almost done. Let me check. I think I will go here and glaze some of the darker green, maybe my contrast green, just to smooth out and really just have this area the lightest. Here is, I think the medium glow is a bit too wide, contrary to this, where you can really see the framing, the very dark framing. Okay, something like this. This looks good. Yeah, it looks good. And like this. This is the main angle of the miniature. So, yeah, I committed a small mistake here. But I think that's all right. Because that's the main angle of the viewing angle of the miniature. But here, this crystal, I painted the main face here. I should have painted the main face here, framed left and right. Let me check. Oh yeah, that's kind of what I did here, but it's not the same viewing angle. Let me think. Yeah, I'll find a way. Because this is a pretty smooth job, so I don't want to interfere too much now. What did I say? Oh yes, now the white, the pure white. No, I said the shadows. Okay, some of this contrast green. Yes, exactly. Short-term memory, 0. Like a fish. Goldfish. I said which one? Oh yeah, here. Okay. Oh my god, it's getting hard to getting old. Okay. No. Oh, it's something like this. I will do the same here, in fact. It's looking really good. It's really easy, so it's really nice. Let me check. I don't want to do anything that will ruin everything I've done. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So here we get a darker framing that is visible from different angle. So from this angle as well. Oh yes, that's all right. You see now, I can see here. So it's pretty fair, in fact. Okay, cool. Something like this. It's pretty cool. And now, let me check. You see, here it's glowing very bright, and with my hand it's a bit darker. So that's what I can see. Before I darken more, I will do it one last pass, and then I will just, so here for instance, I see there is a need of getting darker. Something like this. Yes, that's better. Yes, that's beautiful. Yeah, really, to be honest, I'm happy with that. So that's cool, because oftentimes I like perfection. So for me, it's very hard to be happy with my stuff. But here I have to admit, I will admit, it's nice. Yeah. So this is done, this guy. So what only is left is the lightest highlight in white. This guy, let me check. I think he's fine enough, in fact, so that's cool. Yes, perfect. Let me show you the true colors, like this. And that, I think that's fine. I'm not a fan of this here, but you know what? I will try to just affect it with some of this glowing yellow here. I think the ridge here is a bit too marked, but it's fine at the same time. So okay, let's leave it like this. And this guy, that's the piece of work really, because he has so many crystals. Let me just have one drop of this fluorescent paint in the middle, something like this. Boom, boom. Here and there, just to make sure that's our glowing parts. More on this one. Yeah, something like this. Okay. All right. Yes, so now to the white. Really happy with that. Yes, and the white really you will see. So what is it in fact? It is, oops, this greenish white. And so I'm talking about white because if it is just next to all this green I have, let me show you my palette. So now it looks white. Of course, if I put it around real white, it will look greenish, the greenish white that it is. Okay, let's begin with this guy. Let me check. This is kind of my benchmark, the first one I made, but you see, I think it's pretty much the same, isn't it? Or is one a lot darker? I think this is even darker, but it looks even better. But I will leave it as is. Oh yeah, because this is very dark. Let me try to correct that still. Yeah, so not much, but this already is, I think, is a lot better. Yeah, something like this. So there is not a harsh line that is too geometric here as well. Okay. Let me check this one. Which one do you prefer, the lightest one or the darkest one? Let me, yes, like this. Can I have them just next to each other? It's very hard. Which one do you prefer, guys? The lightest or the darkest? Very interesting. Well, it's okay. Okay, just let me do the lightest highlight in white. Let me do this, please. Okay, very diluted. You see on my thumb here. And I want some so here. Like this. Inside of this guy here. And maybe here. Oh, yes, okay. And here as well. And there. Here and there and here and there. Not too much. But you don't need to have this glowing effect. Oh, that's too much here. Let me wipe that. Yeah, okay, more towards the center. Ooh, this really looks really bright. While in fact, like this. Yeah, it's pretty nice. And let's do the other one as well. It's been 44 minutes. Time flies when we have a blast. Nice. Oh, yeah, here we go. And this guy here, let me check. So that's the main angle here. It's a bit eccentered. That's a slight mistake I did here. This is really the main viewing angle, but damn me. Is it enough? Yeah, maybe I need a last one up here. Okay, something like this. Okay, let's say that this is, yeah, let me check. Yeah, really. Okay, something like this. And let me do the other side now. Hop, the other side. So definitely one here. Okay, I think I have one here, an obvious one. Here as well. Okay. And yeah, maybe there and there. And for this one, it's pretty hard to get to here, so yeah. I think that will be it. Not too much because it's going to be messy. That would be a shame. More water, in fact. I need more water. Okay. Something like this. Okay. Let's have this one. Okay, something like this. And at the back. Okay, that will be corrected with one last pass of, how do you call that, fluorescent yellow. Whoops, this is going where? Okay, yes. 1, 2, this is done. Let me check, that's with my benchmark. Yeah, it's the same. And this one now is just been done, okay. Oh, yeah. I had this guy here at the very top. So a good amount of white diluted. Yeah, something like this. Yep, okay. And then on these stones here, okay, I will feather the edges with some of that fluorescent yellow, kind of reduce the size. Let me check. Okay, so here everything is done. Now I will be, so first let me compare these two and let me check if I need some more of this dark. I may have a go, yeah. Okay, just here on the edges. Okay, something like this. With some of my dark green. Very diluted. And yeah, at the very bottom like this. And some of these edges. Oops, sorry. Something like this. And here as well. All right. So reinforced the dark here. I think this is good enough. Not too much. Oh yeah, I think this here is a good darkening. Yeah, okay, better. And I will have a second pass. So here as well. Okay. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, that's better. Here as well. Nice. Okay. Let me check if I need any more shadows on these. I don't think so. Just the last pass of that fluorescent yellow to kind of tone down the last white, very transparent coat will do. Oh, so let me not reload, in fact, just kind of thin down what I already have. Okay, something like this. I think this is all right, so no problem. Ooh. Yep, okay, that's enough. What about this here? Is it glowing? Something like this, pretty nice. And you know what? This I really need to go and fix that. Like this. Okay. It's fine. This, oh yeah, okay. Let me reload some of this yellow, fluorescent yellow. Whoops. So of course the last brush strokes, they are the most how to call they need the most precision, and so okay. Whoa. Okay, I'll wait for it to dry, then I will come back. again and again and again. What about this guy here? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yes. Okay, I haven't done this guy, so perfect. Let me check. Okay, at the back here. Fine, and here, oh yeah, it was pretty hard to get to. Something like this. Yes, okay, so this must be dry now. This is always the hardest, so this guy here has been for the crystals, an absolute puzzle to solve, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth again and again and again. And so hopefully it will be worth it with a good, beautiful result at the end. Something like this. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Let me check. Oh my god. Yeah, this guy here had a little problem. Yeah, okay, cool. It's fine enough. Now, a problem, no problem. Like this. All right. Okay, I have a second try to go with the white. Very complicated to get the exact right measure of everything. Okay, let's do it. So let's call this guy. Okay. Okay. Whoops, I forgot to tone down this white here in the middle. So here exactly. Yep, okay. The rest is fine. Okay, let it dry. Yes, okay, let's do this guy here. I think one dot like this is enough. But this is good. Okay. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. Controversy. Is that all paint brush or any airbrushing? Are you talking about the whole model or especially the stones, the warp stone? The skin has been done with airbrush and all the rest has been done by brush. I don't know if you can see the very dark green in the recesses. Here and here, this has been airbrushed as well. But yeah, the stone is too small. It is way too small to go with the airbrush here. Well, at least for me. Too small for me to go in there with the airbrush. Okay. You can check the previous lives I have on the channel, and you'll see how I painted these. Everything. Well, yeah, I can say everything has been recorded during live sessions. So if you guys enjoy what you're seeing and want to see more and you want to stick with the channel, you think that, oh, what I'm doing is worthwhile content, and you want to stick with me on the long run, you are very welcome to subscribe. If you think you may unsubscribe soon because you don't know or whatever, please then just don't subscribe, because when people unsubscribe, it makes me feel I have done something wrong, which is pretty unhappy. So if you need more time to think whether or not you want to subscribe, well, just you can take your time. But if you think that it's cool and you want to stand by on the long run, you are very welcome to indeed subscribe. I think we're getting there slowly but surely. In fact, I'm pretty happy with that. Just the last one I will redo with the on the edges needs a bit of fluorescent paint to feather that white slightly. Something like this. So this dude has a lot of small stones. It's a real challenge. Okay, again, I will come back with some white again, because I have so many stones, I really want to modulate the glow. Although here it's looking pretty neat, I want really to have them very, very light. And so the other stones around, they won't be as light, and so that will be able to create modulation. Well, let me check. The bottom here. Yeah, something like so, I believe. Okay, a bit more. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I want these ones to be very, very bright. And what is not painted yet is like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6 here in yellow. What white are you using? That's a relevant question. This is a greenish white from AK. I used to use white ink like this, but if I put it next to the green, the very saturated green, this looks white enough. Up. And also, yeah, the AK paints, they're just fantastic. And so I love everything about them. The coverage, the viscosity and stuff. And so I think that's about it for these stones. Yeah, I've been using Vallejo for a long time, and then I asked a friend about the Vallejo new sets. They had new sets where they arranged the colors from the darkest to the lightest, and because I was lacking some dark, very dark paints, I asked my friend. He told me he would not know because he was using AK, and that according to him it was better and stuff. And so I didn't take his word, but I tried for myself, and then wow, I was blown away. So I still have a lot of Vallejo paints, but once I finish them, I will replace them with the AK paints. Okay. Yes, I think something like this. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. And if that is it, then I want to try some of the Vallejo True Metallic Metal. Yeah, so in fact, I have on my desk Vallejo Metallics, and they are very, very good. They were recommended by Vince Venturella, so I'm pretty sure you know who the guy is. And he made videos about the paint he likes. And so that has been very, very, very good. So indeed, I think the newer True Metallics, they must be even better if they found the right recipe and just keep working on it and stuff. Yes. Okay, you know what? Maybe something like this. And now I will check that everything is cool. Everything's all right. I haven't forgotten anything. So here it was my kind of my benchmark here. Cool enough. You know what? I have slightly bit of, and also the Vallejo, I like the contrast, well, the express range that they have. So this, I'm using express, it's a lizard green, very diluted, and I will just go like this and kind of darken slightly this area here. Yeah. Okay, something like this. Well, I guess this one is done. So I also have the runes here and some, you know, like the coils, let's say, and some of the cracks on the pipes. And that's his little brother here, because I say little brother because they have the same crystals, although I have treated them slightly differently. But the both of them look cool enough. And because it's a warp stone, like it's vibrating with chaotic energy and stuff, I think it doesn't have to be exactly the same. And the fact that there is difference, I think, is just showing that the stones, they kind of living their own lives. I like it. Yeah, I think this is good too. This is pretty much done. Cool. This guy, he has just one on the forehead, so it looks a bit silly to me, but to have one on the head like this, it's like screwed to his head, to his skull, maybe, something like so. Yeah, so that's good enough. And this last guy, yeah, I think, oh, well, let me check. Yeah, I think it's good. And this here. Yeah, also I think it's fine. I will redo, well, it's not that I will redo, it's that I will do all of these. So trying to do something smart. How can I do something smart? Yeah, okay, I'll try this green here. I want them to be pretty dark, but of course they have to be glowing in the recesses. And so if I do a wash, I will get the reverse effect of them. So let me check something. How should I do this? How should I approach that? I want this, all what is still very yellow here, to be darker than this, of course, so that the attention is drawn on those little kind of raw stones and not what is, because this has been carved and it looks like a kind of a seashell. Okay, I tried the cautious method first. I will reload with this Vallejo Express color, and I will glaze because it has a lot of saturation, but also it's pretty dark. It can go pretty dark with a few passes, so that's pretty cool. Oops, oh yeah. So here I will try on one, and once I have done this, I will do all the rest. So undiluted, so it's not runny, but I will go over the whole thing. Whew, I'll take a bigger brush, so I have less brush strokes. Because here I will redo it like this. I think it's fine for first pass. Yep, okay. I will let it dry. Whoops, what have I done? Ooh. No, I should have let it dry. I'm making a mess. I would say that worked pretty well. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I have to wait it to dry completely because it's about to because yes, the contrast paints, they are very different from the other paints in terms of textures, and so it kind of puts a film, and if it's not dry and you move it, it just makes a very messy. Oop. But I cannot wait. Well, let's do another one. It's okay. Yes, I will do here. It's okay. In fact, I have to do them all. So let's do it. Yeah, that's better. With a bigger brush, more load. Ooh, that's a lot. Jesse Lambert, sorry. The skin armor green mix looks really good. Another painting success. Thank you very much. To begin, it's just an educated guess, and then trying to make it work together. Because I've just done the green crystals, and so before I would not know exactly what would be the... Oh, it's fine. Okay. Okay, let's continue here. So I try to not have something that is too diluted to cover equally and not run into the recesses. Although I already plan to have a pass after that of fluorescent yellow to give back some of that shininess, and this will be very flowy, so it goes into the recesses. Here I believe I'm lacking a bit of paint on the brush. That's why I get some of that brush strokes. Okay. Whew. It was not easy to get access to Brother Incompetus. Your paint jobs are nice. Well, thank you very much. The armor looks really good. I like the contrast from the green and bronze. Well, yes, thank you. It's working. I could have... I didn't want too much of a reddish copper, or you know, whatever we have here, just to not conflict with the bluish gray that we have here. Okay. Oof, that's a lot of contrast paint I have here, but I think that's how it works the best. Yeah, something like this. So here you see in the recesses, it's not what I want, but it's pretty much the opposite of what I want. But I will rework on that, so that's fine. Just trying to get everything here. And so my whole challenge here has been to from the start to decide that I will do this stuff here popping out in green, but that they would be less bright than these 4 stones and this one especially here, because I want the attention to be focused on here. And so now it's just about washing down until happy, until I find that, oh, it's dark enough. Like for instance, this is getting interesting, I believe. Just a slight bit of lighter green, but I will go darker. This has a hint of this very light. It's not unpleasant. So I just believe I have to go down to black. Shocking, but so the medium green will be my highlight. The medium green on these stones will be the highlight here. So it still looks like it's kind of some crystal, warpstone crystal, but very dark. I think here it's getting somewhere. I should not forget to breathe because I'm thinking and being focused and also talking for sure. But the brain needs oxygen first, not to die. I mean the whole body, but okay. Yeah. Okay, I think I had the right instincts to go darker like this, and you see now how this stone just pops out so much more. Take a deep breath. It's Saturday. Is it Saturday? Oh yeah, it's Saturday. Nice. Okay. And here we go. Well, I paint every day, so that's why. Well, every day. Here it's a winter break, so I have to spend, well, not that I have to, but yes, also I have to spend a lot of time with the family for the holiday break. But when it's not the holiday break, I just paint every day. And so, yes, for me, days, they're just not, it's a social construct. Yes, days of the week are a social construct. And it's funny because arguably it's true, right? If you don't have like common denominators, how do you build a society? Okay, here, darker as well. So that's why I like this contrast green, because I can really modulate the result with the number of passes. But here now, I think I'm about to just go darker in the recesses, but leave these tiny dots here of light at the very end of the tip, like this. This I think I should not touch. I think this is really coming together. Let me check if I have anything else. Oh yeah, here, okay. I think here again I will have another pass. Yeah, okay, something like this. Okay, cool. And I wait for it to dry slightly, and then I will do two things. Okay, I will do one thing first. Is take my dark green and just have the last shadow in the at the very bottom to make sure I still have added contrast, or maybe some black. I think, you know what? I'll take this. Oh well, I will try first with my dark green, and then I will try this tenebrous gray to see. Okay, let's do it. So I take my thinner brush, and we'll go in with some nicely diluted dark green. Let's say black green or something. More dilution, and see if this has an effect, further effect on. I'm not sure it does, to be honest. Sorry for this terrible angle, but I'm just trying to work my way inside this, which is tricky. Yeah, I don't think it's changing much because of all the passes I have of the other green. Okay, so I will take my tenebrous gray and put in some at the edges, at the bottom of all of these areas. So it's very, very dark. It's a lot darker now, barely noticeable. And so I think it's something that close to what I had in mind. If you guys are enjoying the show, by the way, you want to see more and also to join the community, my tiny community of the Chronicles of Tiny Battles, well, guys, you're very welcome to join, especially if you want to stand by the channel on the long run, because what I do takes a lot of time. Sometimes I don't publish that often, but if it's not a big deal, if it's not a deal breaker for you, I'm shaking my pen, that's why now everything is shaky here, then you are very welcome to subscribe. If you need more time to subscribe and you know you want to check my shorts and long form and more stuff before you think you want to subscribe, please do it, because sometimes people, they just subscribe and then they unsubscribe, and so it makes me feel like I've done something wrong. I don't know what, and so there is nothing wrong with not subscribing if you think you haven't seen enough. I understand, but yeah, if you think you already pretty happy with what you see, want to see more, then of course you are very welcome. I need more dilution here. Okay. It's really doing the job here. A pinch of this dark gray. Let me get there at the back. Whoops, a bit too high. Because of course the angle here is not very favorable. Okay, something like this. And then, so that's pretty dark, fine. And then yes, up there. All right. Oh, yeah, it looks a lot darker now. Well, darker and brighter at the same time, which is funny. But I think that's exactly what I should be trying to get. And now you see how these 4 lights and these at the top also pop so much more. I don't even need to come back, I think, with some of that, how to say, like the fluorescent yellow. I think I'm good enough with this. So interesting question. Are you using the camera as your eyes? I've heard it's hard to get visual when filming. So I'm filming with my phone, hence why you have the vertical format. And so it's my head is just behind the phone, in fact. So it's like on the right here. And so I double check first so I can see the comments. But I check both, but in fact, there is difference. So what you see really, what I see is this. And when I take my hand off, you see it's a bit lighter, just because nothing, that's why I have my light background, but it doesn't quite reflect the light as it as the hand here. And here, like the whole luminosity goes down, and you can see it's very dark. Here it looks a lot, well, slightly lighter. But I kind of have a look on the camera, see something if something looks off, but mainly using my eyes direct sight on the miniature. Because usually if it looks good on the eyes like this, on the camera it will look fine. Okay, let me just have a pinch of this fluorescent yellow on some areas like this one. But what I do is that I take pictures once I have finished a step to check, because every imperfection will really jump out on the picture. It will become a lot more obvious. And so, yeah, there is this process of using digital tools like the phone to check. Sometimes you'll see with the eyes that something is wrong, but it's just a tiny micro dot of pigment that is really hard to spot. And so that's why here the phone would spot it. It would become very obvious. And then you can, once you know where it is, then yes, you can see it with your own eyes and you can correct it. But taking pictures as for the work in progress, for me has been really changing the game, because I could see what was wrong, especially if you have NMM and stuff. You would see if it works or not. And there is a slight difference between the result. Well, to be fair, when I reflect the light like this is absolutely what I'm seeing. So that's pretty good news. If I take the picture with a black background, usually it's also pretty faithful to what I see. What you could see with the your bare eyes. Yeah, okay. I will continue the work with this yellow. I think it's doing some good things for me. You see, I'm not even trying to put it in a fancy way on the miniature, just splash, and then because it's how to say, it's a fluorescent, it will feather on its own. So again, okay. And now I will tone down slightly this here. Back and forth and back and forth, and that's how I get yeah, you see now I think it's a bit too bright. So taking my contrast again, and what is it here? Is it the contrast, or yes, it's the contrast. I have a few greens now on my palette. Very good for feathering. You see that? Just one pass and boom, it's back down in vibrancy. And okay, this as well. Yeah, I'm just letting the very, very tip being of this lighter green. Okay. Oh, here again, you see here, this area, I think is, yeah, something like this. Nice. Okay, now that I have my black paint out, I have to, here I broke these areas here. And so take my black and I go over it to mask the glue and the breakage. Just a bit of fixing here. I took it in my hand just before starting the painting session, and boom, made it fall. So a good amount of paint. Yeah, okay, something like this. Should I go and just, no, maybe, I don't know, feather some of that out. I want to have better control on the, this is, in fact, this is not the OSL yet. It's just the result of the dry brush. I had one dry brush and sponging at the beginning. But I want something more controlled. So just, yes, toning that down. Oh, wow. Yes, and then I have all the scars here. You see the white lines. And here the cracks and some of these coils here and inside there. But I believe, let me check if I have anything here. No, that's better. This has been cleaner. And so if you see, guys, this here, I think it will be it for today's live. It's been a great session again, and pretty pleased to share that with you guys. So if you liked it, if you want to see more, so yeah, if you subscribe, I think you will be notified when I go live. But also, yeah, check my long forms if you wish to. The shorts, the other lives, because I've painted most of these guys live, so they are available on my channel. Yes, you are very welcome to subscribe, especially if you want to stand by the channel and stick with me for the long run. Hopefully I will continue to develop, and well, we could end up with a few questions, guys. If you have a few questions, of course we could do that. But it's been 180 minutes, and so I will take a little break and come back. Okay, something like this. Well, thank you very much, guys, and see you next time.